Welcome to Susie's Secret Recipes. My name is Susie Hyde, and I was raised on a farm in Washington, Oklahoma. My husband Richard lived about a mile from where I was raised, and we now live out in the country right outside of Lexington, Oklahoma, which is about 20 minutes from where we were raised. We have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, 4 grandsons and a granddaughter, and we do enjoy spending time with our family. I have had the best childhood, and my parents, they raised us kids to, number 1, to keep Jesus in our heart. Number 2, just to enjoy the simple things in life. And so I have brought everything that I've learned from my childhood and brought it into my household. And so I hope you enjoyed my channel, and I look forward to sharing with you some of the things that I enjoy. So sit back and let's just keep it country simple. So hello everyone, I hope you're having a blessed day. So it's really windy here in Oklahoma. We're having a beautiful fall day. It's probably in the low 60s. And we might make it to 70 today. But the wind is blowing pretty hard, and it's going to be that way on Sunday too. But the temperature is going to be in the 50s with the wind chill. They said it feels like it's in the 20s. So we're going to have a really cold day Sunday. So Oklahoma, you never know what kind of weather you're going to get. But today is beautiful. I've been in the kitchen baking mini loaf cakes and other things. I've got to get them over to Cole's Plant Farm. She carries a lot of my canned goods and baked goods and the other things that I make. I like to make goat soap and goat lotion and goat hand soap and crocheted scrubbies, and then Mama makes her dishcloths, and she's made these cutest little pumpkins out of crochet. It's beautiful, and she sells them like it's going out of style. And so we have other things there too. Carol is fixing to expand her little store, and it's going to be a lot bigger, and so I'll be able to put more things in there. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm happy for her too. And in fact, she's got chickens. Her and I both love chickens, and she's down to just a few, and I'm down to about 10 now. They're all getting older. I lost probably 12, 13 last season, and so we had some babies hatch out, and gosh, we probably have together about 100, but I'm only going to get 30 of them, and she's going to keep the rest of them. She's going to be selling some of them to some other people, and so I'll be getting them hopefully this coming weekend, maybe Monday actually, before I can actually get them. But anyway, I'm excited about that. They'll be about almost 2 months old. She kept them. I was going to bring them home, but we were going on vacation for about 2 weeks, and she was going to be taking care of my chickens anyway and my cats, and so she just said, why don't we just leave them with her, and then we'll get them and bring them here when I get back. And so I've been home about a week, so it's time to bring the babies home. And trying to catch up and get things done from being gone. I always say I'm fixing to enter my busy season, but really, to be honest, it's all year round. Because if I'm not baking and getting prepared for the holidays for people, plus myself, I'm seeding plants, getting them ready for the garden, and then it's garden time, and then I'm going to be canning, and actually canning, I do that all year long, and I'm just really, really busy with that, and then taking care of my animals, and then all the other things that I do on top of that. I make a lot of the things that I use here at home, and then I sell a lot of it too. And so constantly busy, but I do enjoy it. But I'm fixing to get into the kitchen and make some homemade sandwich bread. And it's actually Amish sandwich bread, and I love this recipe. You can either make a small loaf or a bigger loaf. I'm just going to do a small one for just Richard and I. And I like it because it's a one rise bread. I like that. And sometimes, some of the others, you have to let it, rise so many times. And it's kind of hard with me, with all the other things that I'm doing, sometimes to be patient and let that happen. So this one is great because I only have to do it one time. So I'll be getting in there and doing that. I'm going to video it. And then I'm also going to share with you this week also part of our vacation, where we went to Virginia, West Virginia, and we visited our friends Ryan and Jennifer Perry, and went to Washington, D.C. with them. And so I'll share that with you this time. The next week, I will share with you Holmes County, Ohio, which was my favorite part of the whole trip. We were in 10 different states, and we done a little bit of everything, but that was my favorite part, was Amish country, and so I'll share that with you next week. And so guys, I'm fixing to get into my kitchen, so come along with me. Okay, so you're going to want to take a cup of warm water. It needs to be about 105 to 110 degrees, but no hotter. You don't want to kill your yeast. Then you're going to add 1 package of rapid rise yeast, instant yeast, You're going to add that to your bowl of water. Then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. That will activate your yeast. Okay, then once you've got that added, then you're going to stir it. You don't want to stir it fast. You just want to gently stir it to mix it together. You're going to let the yeast, let the yeast start activating, and it will take about 5 to 6 minutes. It's going to look like that. If it doesn't look like that, then something went wrong and then you're going to need to start over. But once it's activated, you want to gently stir it. Then you're going to add the rest of your ingredients. You're going to add 1/8 cup of either canola oil, vegetable oil, or avocado oil. I've used avocado oil before and it worked well. Today I'm going to do canola oil. Then you're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then the rest of your sugar. Now on this, you can either use the whole tablespoon or a half. I usually end up putting about a 1/2 tablespoon in it because I've already put a tablespoon to proof it, and so that's about that'll be a 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to mix that together. And then I'm going to add 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I've already measured this out, but I leveled it when I measured it. So make sure that you level your flour. And then make sure you've got a little bit of extra flour set aside because you will use it for kneading. And at this point, you can either use a mixer if you want to. You would put it on low, but I always just use my hand. I'll just stir it, mix it together. It seems to work better, plus I can feel it, and it just works better for me to stir it instead of using the mixer. Okay, once you've got it mixed together, it's going to be a little bit sticky, so you're going to want to add a little bit of flour to it and work it through, because you don't want it to be sticky. So I floured my hands, and then I just started mixing more flour into the dough. Once you do that, you want to roll it into a ball. And then you're going to put more flour onto your mat. And make sure you cover it pretty good, because you will end up using all of it. Okay, now I'm going to knead it, and I'm going to do that for about 5 minutes. Now you're going to want to take your loaf pan, which I love this one. I got it from King Arthur's. Works very well. You want to grease it with either shortening or lard. Either one works just fine. You don't want to spray it because it leaves a residue and it just doesn't work that well. So either shortening or lard. Now we're going to add more flour to our mat, and then we will begin rolling out our dough. Okay, we're going to want to roll this out, which it doesn't take very long to roll out, but you want it to be about the length of your, or the width, I should say, of your loaf pan. And once you've got that rolled out, you're going to begin rolling it. Start rolling it up. If it gets stuck a little bit, just put some flour on it and keep rolling. But normally it rolls up pretty easy. I'm having trouble with my pan, getting it out of my way. Okay. Once you've got it rolled up, then you want to pinch the seams together. And then you will tuck it in on the ends. And so now I'm going to put it into the loaf pan, and we're going to let it set. I'm going to cover it with a towel and let it set for about 2 hours. And sometimes, depending on your kitchen, it can be anywhere from an hour and a half to 2. And so my kitchen's a little cooler, so it'll probably take about 2 hours. That looks good. So you're going to want your bread to rise. It needs to rise up above the lip of your pan. So that looks really good. So now we're going to put it into the oven, and it's going to bake for about 30 minutes. Make sure your oven is at 350. And so Richard and I are off. We are heading to Virginia to meet our friends Ryan and Jennifer Perry. We will be going to Washington, D.C. with them and spending the day, and just enjoying our time with them. That is the Pentagon as we are going to D.C. It was a lot bigger than what I had thought it was. It was absolutely huge. That's the Department of Treasury, which is another humongous building. A lot of the buildings were a lot bigger than what I had imagined they would be, especially the Capitol. when we went to the hill. It was absolutely huge, and usually when they show it, you only see like part of it. That's the White House on one side. You can't get any closer than that on that side, and the Washington Monument. Jefferson Monument. So the weather was absolutely beautiful that day. There wasn't a whole lot of people there with the government being shut down. It was just really pretty quiet. Like I said, it was a great time to go to DC. Got to see a whole lot of stuff outside. All the monuments and all the buildings. Someday I would like to go back and go in, like to the White House and to the Capitol. That is the Capitol. It is absolutely huge. So we had a lot of fun. Jennifer was a blast to be around. She told us the history of everything. As you can see, it's a very large place. Goodness, we took a lot of pictures, but we look so small. It's hard to get a good picture. See if I can pull that rustle. There we go.
And the house might be there.
Having fun? Take you to battlefields.
In musket rounds.
We only live 3 hours from Gettysburg.
That would be the hole is still in the door of the original house the first shot of the war went into.
And so the Thomas Jefferson Monument was neat. We look small compared to the statue. There's the Washington Monument. And there is the White House. And so we're entering the Martin Luther King Monument. It was so neat. He was the only one that had his statue not finished, and it was because his work was not finished. It was really neat.
This is where Martin Luther King Jr. gave his speech. I have a dream speech.
Yes. This was my monument, the Abraham Lincoln. It was so big, but it was just, I've always wanted to see that, and so I was glad I got to see it. Get the
I
front
don't know if
side.
you heard me telling Susie, we were just here not too long ago. None of this fence was up.
I've seen on TV where they put that.
Too many psychos out there.
I've been thinking about these things that I talked to you. Yeah, no, it's I like it. It's like
So this was a beautiful view of the White House. It's the back side. You can get a little closer to see it than you can in the front, but it was very pretty. General Lee's Hill in Virginia. This is where a big battle had taken place. And you can see a couple of old cannons. One of the things that impressed me was where they had dug trenches, and it was for miles. And you'll see them, here they are. And they dug them, and you know they were so tired, and they were fighting a battle at the same time, and I can just only imagine. Anyway, it was real impressive, and those trenches were everywhere. At Jennifer and Ryan's church.
at the very top, so that little cut in at the top tells you, it says Good Hope Baptist established or built 1960, established 1918. No, 1819, built 1860. But like, you can see how old that gravestone right there is.
I like old cemetery. I know it sounds weird, but
Oh, I do too. I love old ones.
Yeah.
And the one next to it, look how old that is.
Good grief. Yes.
How they're cut out, and there's ones that are way older than that too. And the original doors are still inside.
That's
with the original
cool.
door handles. Doesn't really sound like one of them you like. But yeah, they have a watering can and they water it every week when they water the plants. Which cracks me up.
And so Virginia was very pretty. We had a wonderful time with Ryan and Jennifer. We only got to stay like a day with them, really, because we got in late the night before. But we're going to go back and visit with them and spend more time in Virginia and do some sightseeing there. But we just had so much planned in this vacation, and so we did enjoy our time with them. There's a Susie house.
Yeah, swing around and get that barn over there.
Where is it?
That way.
Oh. I like that. And so our bread is done. It looks really good. It smells wonderful. So here's our bread. I let it cool in the pan for a few minutes before putting it onto a cooling rack. But it smells absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait to make a sandwich out of it. And so until we are ready to use the bread, I'm going to wrap it in this. This is beeswax paper. It is excellent for bread. In fact, this is just for bread. And it's going to allow your bread to last longer. And so I'm just going to wrap it. I'll tuck it in on the ends until Richard and I are ready for some bread. Oh, come on. And it just works, it looks really good. It just folds real easy, and just fold it up like that. In fact, it might be better if you maybe tucked it under like that. There you go. And so fresh bread will last about a week, and before you have to replace it, and I'm sure it will be gone before the week is over. If you enjoyed the video, then please give me a thumbs up and put it in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please do so by clicking the subscribe button below and the notification bell, and it will notify you when I'm going to have another video. And so I will be doing another video next Wednesday at 8:08 p.m. And so guys, may God bless you and happy trails.